topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert Show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from experts on such topics as legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to our experts in community association law, estate planning law, tax relief, Medicare, public insurance adjusters, neuropathy treatment, business brokers, and personal injury law, along with many other topics. Now here's your host for the last 17 years, Steve O.
Florida, my home state. I'm over in the southeastern section of Florida. Let me welcome you. We have got a great show. We're going to be doing our show on estate planning today. And it's real, especially for you procrastinators. Don't wait. You never know. You know, when I see in the paper that someone passed away at 46 years old, first thing I think about is, God, I wonder if they had an estate plan. It's just so important. And for the next 25 minutes, we have got the greatest attorney when it comes to estate planning. I'm going to introduce you to attorney Tom Olson, Florida Senior Planning PA. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Steve, and you, all your loyal listeners.
Well, Tom, it's funny, on our first show, I was thinking, God, he's good at this. And then I find out he's been doing his own radio show for, 30 years, Tom? 40 years?
40 years, Steve. Olson on Law radio show every Saturday from 11 to noon. It is America's longest running legal radio show.
And Tom, you've got brochures that you mail out to people on different topics, don't you?
Steve, we have free booklets that we can mail to people. You can get them by calling our office, 407-423-5561. I'm going to give that number again in just a minute, so get ready to write it down. We have many free booklets, but the ones that are most important to people is how to avoid probate, how to avoid probate on your home, how to get free in-home care for seniors, how to protect your wealth from the cost of a nursing home. Steve, I wrote these booklets, and that means that they're easy to understand. They're nice, big font, easy to read. You can get those free booklets by calling us at 407-423-5561. Steve, if you don't mind, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a funny story.
Love it.
Yesterday, my healthcare company sent a doctor to my house to do a little healthcare home assessment. And he came in, he goes, "Oh, yeah, I know you. I know you from the radio show. I've listened to your radio show for years." He goes, "Yeah, your office is right down there in Edgewater Drive." The doctor says to me, he goes, "Yeah, your wife, she did my estate planning for me." I go, "Great." He tells me how wonderful she was. But the purpose about that is he goes to people's homes. One of the questions he asked me and asked all the other people is, do you have a living will? A living will is a pull the plug document. Don't keep me alive by machines. I said, certainly I've got one. I'm a lawyer. He says, Tom, 80% of the people I asked that question to, they do not have a living will. So Steve, we're out there preaching to people out there. We might assume that 70% of them do not have their estate planning documents in order yet. This would be a great opportunity to take advantage of us. We are Florida Senior Planning. We can help people throughout the state of Florida, from Pensacola to the Keys. We offer a free initial consultation. We can do that in person, over the phone, via Zoom, whatever works best for you. Take us up on our offer. Even if you've got an existing will or trust, we'll review that for you for free. Florida Senior Planning, 407-423-5561.
Well, here's our first question because of that. I live in Palm Beach, Florida. How do I do that if you're in another city? Do you do text or Zoom?
We do texting, Zoom, phone calls, you name it, but we also can do online notarization, Steve. It is a wonderful new thing, relatively new here in the state of Florida, where we set it for online notarization. We send you the documents when you're ready. First of all, we send them to you to review the drafts in the comfort of your own home. So you look at them at home, make sure we've done everything just right. If we spelled somebody's name wrong, or you change your mind about something, you call us, we fix it right over the phone. And then once you're ready to go, we set it for an online notary so that when you're ready, sitting in the comfort of your own living room, you call a certain number and they will get all the witnesses and notaries together for you. You can do it all online now. Easy breezy.
Tom, tell people exactly. You're an estate planning attorney. And by the way, this is mainly the area of practice that you deal in, and that's really important. But tell people, as a estate planning attorney, what you do.
Well, there's either 2 or 3 parts to it, Steve. Part number 1, always we do 4 basic documents. We do a will. We do a living will where you ask that you not be kept alive by machines. We do a healthcare surrogate. So if you're not able to, you're appointing somebody to decide what doctors, what hospitals, what medications. Then we do a financial power of attorney. So if you're not able to, you're appointing somebody to pay your bills and manage your financial affairs. That's part 1. Part 2, we talk to you about how to avoid probate. People want to avoid probate because it's expensive and takes a long time. People are very interested in avoiding probate. We're going to do some things for you to help you to avoid probate. For example, we're going to do a ladybird deed on your home so it does not go through probate. We're going to give you some homework to avoid probate. For example, making your bank accounts POD, payable on death to your kids. It's a tool to avoid probate. And then part 3 is we help people get free in-home care for seniors. And if they do have to go into a nursing home, we can get you financially qualified for the state of Florida will pay for that nursing home. So it's how to protect your wealth from the cost of a nursing home, but more importantly, how to get free in-home care for seniors. It's a Florida waiver program that's meant to keep you out of a nursing home. So most people, they want to live in their own home as long as they can, but they needed just a little bit of help. This Florida waiver program would be perfect for them.
This is from Marcus in Boca. Thank you for providing a show like this. I just found your show, and turns out my father used this firm, and they did an incredible job for him. He lives in the Tampa area, so I recommend him. My question is, do you work much in educating people on Medicaid?
We do that all the time, Steve. We're all about educating people. Let's get our terms first straight. Medicare, once you turn age 65, you must go on Medicare. You do not have a choice. It is not financially based. Turn 65, got to go on Medicare. Medicaid is a government agency that will pay for somebody's nursing home. And Steve, what we do is we get people qualified for Medicaid, where the state of Florida will pay for their nursing home. When we get them qualified for people, people say, oh, don't you have to be poor to get on Medicaid? No, we can protect your home, your beach condo, your vacation home, your rental properties, your cash in the bank, your IRAs, you name it, we can protect it. And so that you can get qualified to have the state of Florida Medicaid program pay for your nursing home. And so you can pass on as much of your wealth as you can to your kids. So Steve, here's the way I'd like to, this kind of rings a bell in people's head. When you're out there in the community and you're talking to your friends and family and coworkers and neighbors, and you hear these words, oh, mom fell and broke her hip. She went to rehab. We thought she was going to go home, but no, she needs to go to a nursing home, also known as a skilled nursing facility. That nursing home is $15,000 a month. Everything mom ever worked for down the drain. There's a 5-year look back period. No, we want you to know at Florida Senior Planning, we have all the legal tools we need to protect all of your wealth from the cost of a nursing home and have the state of Florida Medicaid program pay for it.
Mark in Orlando wants to know, can you explain the difference between a general power of attorney and a limited power of attorney? And I also heard there's also a durable power of attorney.
Okay.
I'm confused.
So let's start with this: a regular power of attorney versus a durable power of attorney. A regular power of attorney, once you sign it, it is automatically revoked once you pass away, cannot be used anymore. It is automatically revoked if you become incompetent, if you're in a car wreck and you're comatose. A regular power of attorney cannot be used anymore under those two circumstances. With a durable power of attorney, it is also revoked when you pass away, but with a durable power of attorney, it stays in effect when you become incompetent. That's the durable aspect to a durable power of attorney. We highly recommend that people have these documents. They are meant to avoid guardianships. Guardianships take about 6 months and $6,000 to set one up, and you can avoid legal guardianships by having these powers of attorney in place. Now, most powers of attorney are general, broad powers of attorney. They will grant the person. There's a long list of powers that are granted. Our typical financial power of attorney is 6 pages long, where it lists all the things that they can do for you, and it covers everything, including the kitchen sink. With a limited power of attorney, it is limited to one purpose. So, for example, let's say you're selling a piece of property in Florida. Closing's going to be next month, but you're going to be in Europe vacationing during that closing. You could give your child a limited power of attorney. That power of attorney specifically states it is limited to one purpose only: to sign all closing documents necessary to sell my piece of property in Orlando at my closing next month. Limited to one specific purpose. We don't use them very often, but they are helpful in certain circumstances.
Gene, also in Orlando, wants to know, how does the hospital know if you have a power of attorney and what they can do and what they can't do in reviving you?
Yeah, well, anytime you go into a hospital, they are required by law to ask you if you have a living will. Pull the plug. Don't keep me alive by machines. They're not required to ask you if you have a health care surrogate form. But the bottom line is, when you sign a living will, when you sign a health care surrogate, you should certainly your spouse already knows, but you should let your children know, so that if you go to a hospital and you're not conscious, they know, your kids know that you've got a living will. They know that you have a healthcare surrogate. They know where they can find them. They can supply copies to the hospital. Steve, when we do estate planning for people, the client leaves here with all the original documents. They're all in a white 3-ring binder, nice and organized. We tell them, look, tell your kids where you're going to keep this 3-ring binder so they can find it if they need it. But by the way, here's a copy of everything on a thumb drive. We recommend that you send a copy of all these documents to your children using this thumb drive. So the biggest key there, Steve, is that your loved ones, your kids, parents, siblings, they know that you have these documents. They know where they can find them, or maybe they've already got a copy of them because you sent them a copy from the thumb drive that we gave them. We are Florida Senior Planning. Call us now, 407-423-5561, or check us out, floridaseniorplanning.com.
This is from Nick in Lux. I don't know where Lux is. Wants to know, I came in at the end when you were talking about a ladybird plan. Can you explain that again?
Did you say ladybird?
Yes.
Okay. So a ladybird deed is a tool to avoid probate on real estate. Here in the state of Florida, it's also known as an enhanced life estate deed. So, ladybird deed, enhanced life estate deed, they're the same thing. They're tools to avoid probate. You can use them on your home, your rental property, your beach condo, your vacant lot, your commercial building, and you can use a ladybird deed even if there's still a mortgage on your property. So, it's a great tool. When we do a ladybird deed for you, it states this, that as long as you, the client, are alive, it is your property to do with as you please. There's no restrictions on it whatsoever. Within the body of the ladybird deed, it literally states the names of who gets this piece of property when you pass away. I'm always talking about your children, but it could be friends, it could be charity. So let's say that Florida Senior Planning does a ladybird deed for you that states that when you pass away, your home goes to your 3 children. Within that ladybird deed, we're literally putting the names of your 3 kids. If you pass away, all your kids need to do is record your death certificate in the public records of the county where that property is located, and that property will automatically belong to your children. No headaches, no hassles, no probate. Now, if we do a ladybird deed for you today and you leave it to your 3 kids, and 6 months from now you want to sell your home or refinance your home, or you had a falling out with one of your kids and you want to change it to just 2 of your kids, well, you can change that ladybird deed, sell your property without your children's knowledge, signature, and consent. So a ladybird deed is a very powerful tool for avoiding probate on your property and maintaining complete control over your piece of property. That's what people want. Check us out, Florida Senior Planning, 407-423-5561. By the way, we have free booklets on ladybird deeds and how to avoid probate on your home. We can mail you that free booklet if you call us, 407-423-5561.
Tom, here's a question we get a lot of, and I see 3 or 4 people actually asking the same question. This gentleman has 4 kids. How do I keep from hurting feelings when I choose a power of attorney?
Yeah. So, Steve, first of all, I tell clients, look, it's not an award. It is a job to be done. What the kids are most interested in is that you're leaving your wealth to them equally. That's what they really care about. So when it comes to doing a financial power of attorney, you're going to appoint whoever you appoint, whether it's your kids or your siblings or a friend. You must trust that person absolutely. You're giving them a lot of power, and you got to trust them. As far as your kids, you're looking for one that's honest, diligent, has some financial knowledge. That's what's important. When it comes to a healthcare surrogate, you're appointing one of your kids that has hopefully some healthcare background. If one of your kids is a doctor, a nurse, physician's assistant, hey, that would be a great likely choice. You might say, I've got a son who's a financial planner. He's great with money. I got a daughter. She's a nurse. She'd be great on my healthcare surrogate. But Steve, let's keep this in mind. When we do these powers of attorney, we'll lay out a choice of first choice, second choice, third choice. If you really don't want to hurt your kids' feelings, remember, you can appoint all 3 kids to be your financial or healthcare surrogate. And when you say, Tom, I want all 3 kids might do it, well, my next question is, can any one of them act alone? Just one signature, they can transact business or make healthcare decisions, or will it require all 3 signatures? So if you're really worried about hurting feelings, well, let's put all of your kids down. They won't feel like you treated them unequally as far as making these choices.
Oh, what a great idea. This is probably a great way to come to the end of the show. This is Mark in Orlando. He said, I've asked this several times, but I keep missing it. I'm listening right now. Tom, what makes your firm different from other estate planning firms?
Steve, we focus on working on flat fees so that the client comes to us together. We come up with an action plan, the best course of action for that client. Once we agree on an action plan, we're going to quote you a flat fee for it. So you know from the very beginning what it's going to cost. By the way, to do those 4 documents, will, living will, healthcare surrogate, financial power of attorney, to do those 4 documents for a single person, the fee is only $1,200. To do those 4 documents for a married couple, 4 for him, 4 for her, the fee is only $1,500. Then, Steve, it's all about quality of service. Our goal is to give every client great service. We're going to get work done timely, accurately, and you're going to walk out here with a great feeling, a weight off your shoulders, knowing that you got this job done, and you're going to be very pleased with the product that you get from Florida Senior Planning.
Yeah, that's great information. We actually, I don't know if I've shared this with you. Our last show we did, we actually had a law firm call us up who watched your show in the Florida area, wanted a show of his own. And I told him it's already taken. He said, I got to tell you, your expert on there is really good. He's really giving out great information. I thought that, usually they'll call and put you down, and build themselves up. And he really complimented you on your information that you do provide. And, we can't thank you enough. Tom's going to be with us again this month. He's with us twice every month. Tell people again about your radio show, Tom.
Well, Steve, I want to say first that as I often tell people, there is no substitution for experience. I've been doing this for 45 years. The Olson on Law radio show every Saturday from 11 to noon. You can listen to it live streaming at WDBO.com, waydownbyorlando.com. Or if you listen to podcasts like me, you can check it out. We do podcasts or radio shows, and you get more information about the radio show at our website, FloridaSeniorPlanning.com. Give us a call, 407-423-5561.
Tom, we can't thank you enough. We'll see you soon this month.
Okay, Steve. Thank you.
That's attorney Tom Olson. Folks, don't try to do this yourself. Especially when you have a great attorney out there like Tom Olson. He's in the Tampa area, but he covers all of Florida. Give him a call. We will be back with you again tomorrow with more Ask the Experts.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.